All right, well, I am way too tired for this unboxing. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite mask collector's favorite mask collector, AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day, and there's not a lot of setup to this video. We've just got a good old-fashioned Slipknot mask unboxing. So, let's not waste any time and go ahead and just jump straight on into the package. Now, we've got a box here from return sender Mr. Ryan Foresta. I've been unboxing stuff from him for a very, very long time here on the channel, and it's always good stuff. He does some really legit Slipknot mask conversions for somebody who isn't even really closely associated with the Slipknot mask replica scene. I've gotten a few jesters from him over the years, and they are hands down the best jester replicas in my collection. They definitely stand out, and Ryan's quality and attention to detail is very reminiscent of Aaron Rooney, if anybody remembers that guy. There is just something special about the way that he recreates and replicates these masks. So, we've got yet another Jester replica in this package, and I am very excited. This will actually complete a set from Ryan, and this is going to complete, well, I guess I'll pull it out and show you guys first before I tell you. All right, so right on top, we've got a man behind the mask business card there, and obviously I'm going to be dropping all of Ryan's information down below in the description, as well as the pinned comment to make it really easy for you guys to go find him. Make sure that you do that and show him some love and let him know that the House of Masks sent you, and maybe he'll keep hooking us up with cool stuff in the future. So, are you guys ready to see this mask? Again, I am very tired, so sorry if it seems like I'm not into it or that something is wrong. I think I am seasonally depressed and my sleep schedule has been absolute garbage. Your boy is kinda going through it. However, my excitement to get this mask out and shoot this video was just a little higher than my desire to go to bed. So I'm trying to knock it out for you guys, trying to get this thing added into my collection, and this was actually the last mask that I was waiting for before I shoot an updated mask collection room update video, whatever you want to call that. Once we get this thing added, I can focus my attention on that video and give you guys something big and nice and drool-worthy, unlike my penis. All right, let's take this thing out of here. This should be easy enough. I am going to let you guys take the first look at it. Always try to do that. I have actually not seen any finished photos of this. I did see some progress photos, but I haven't seen any of the finished photos. So, what's it looking like? Are you guys impressed? Is it super sick? What we have here is going to be the late rotting Ozfest Jester. This is the very last version of this mask that we got, and this mask is a good example of how masks kind of change and have little sub-names and sub-eras. So before we focus all of our attention on this replica mask, I want to go ahead and break that down a little bit. Essentially, what we have here is the Ozfest Jester. This is the mask when it was brand new and had just debuted, and it is called the Ozfest Jester because not only did it debut during Ozfest, but it's still most commonly known and associated with Ozfest because it was used during that era. Jim did not wear another mask during the Ozfest era. It was always this mask. Now, a little bit later on, the mask starts to change. It is really weathering, and Jim has made some modifications to it. As you can see here, it looks quite different. This is called the mid or early rotting Ozfest Jester. And now, what we have right here is the late rotting Ozfest Jester, or the super heavily rotted Ozfest Jester, or the all-white rotted Ozfest Jester. Any of those names will probably get your point across, and a mask collector is going to know what you're talking about. So, with that in mind, we have the all-white, late rotting Ozfest Jester, and I am excited to take my first true look at it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this thing around and do that right now. This thing is super sick. Man, I am stoked to have this. There is just a level of authenticity that Ryan brings to his conversions, and this thing is no different. It's going to fit into the collection perfectly. It's probably going to make a lot of my other jesters look a little obsolete. It seems like maybe there was a slight stuffing issue in the package there. One of these eyes is a little wonky, but we will get that taken care of. A lot of the times these masks lay in their boxes and just get a little bent out of shape. But other than that, this thing looks flawless. All of the metalwork is fantastic. I'm really digging the shape that he got out of this mask. I'll show you the eye there so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It looks like he's suffered some sort of stroke, but Just by pulling that lid up a little bit right there, you can see that the mask takes on almost an entirely new look. I'll do it from the inside, that's what she said, so you can see a little bit there. But yeah, man, look at the layers on this thing. Like, how cool is that? So what we are thinking is that Jim had broken this mask back out of storage or something and wore it for a later show for some reason. It was only that show. And by this point, it was very heavily rotten, and for whatever reason, Jim decided to put white face paint all over the mask. So he covered up all of the red and black around the eyes, and he ended up drawing these kind of little Sharpied, I don't know what you would call them. They're almost like a Joey stitch mouth design. These little stitches that go across the mouth and down in between the metal rivets there. It gave this mask a super, super strange look. Now, I am a huge fan of the Jester, especially the actual converted Forums Novelties Jesters from the first 2 record cycles, but this one is probably the most standout version. It's the only one that kind of detours away from the red and black and white paint jobs and goes straight white. It's the only one that he ever added any sort of markings to. The biggest difference that we got amongst the other Jesters is the fact that sometimes his hair dye would slightly change the color of the mask, so we would end up with a purple and bluish tinge, sometimes a red tint, something like that. But we never had anything that was super intentional, like him drawing on the mask or applying face paint straight to the mask. So this is definitely a very, very unique version, one of my favorites, and the Ozfest Jester during its debut and the heavily rotten version are some of my favorite Slipknot masks of all time, and definitely one of my favorite Jim Root masks. I would say that they are tied with the Silver Iowa Jim for my favorite Jim masks ever, so to have yet another version and another version by Ryan of the Ozfest Jester just means a lot to me. Super stoked with this, and it feels like we are doing some old school Slipknot stuff again, right? You can't beat that feeling. So yeah, I really don't have too much more to say. Obviously, I need to give a big shout out to Ryan for this piece. I absolutely love it, and it is going to have a happy home here at the House of Masks. Definitely can't wait to get it thrown up into the collection and next to those other 2 Jesters that he's converted. I think that that's going to be super, super dope, and I can't wait to see it. So, shout out to Ryan. Again, all of his information will be down below in the description as well as the pinned comments. I would really appreciate it if you guys went over there and showed him some love, and if you let him know that the House of Masks sent you. That stuff really is important. And with that out of the way, I think we are going to go ahead and shut this one down. Now, obviously, I am going to leave you guys the same as we leave you in all of the other unboxings and reviews, and that is with some nice up-close shots of this piece to let you guys see all of the beautiful, beautiful details. There are a lot of layers on this one, so I think that that is going to be some real eye candy for you. We will then get it put on a head and thrown into the collection and show it off there as well, and that will be that. So thank you guys very, very much for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it, and I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Maybe you even learned something, I don't know. Until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to rotting masks, and we'll see you guys in the next one.